Hey guys, welcome back to our vegan dining room. I've got a weight loss video for you today. I have been on a whole foods plant-based diet for about 6 months now, and I have currently, as of today, lost 37 pounds.
Woo!
And I'm having a great time. But before we get into it, let me just say this is for entertainment only. This is not weight loss advice. This is just what works for me, and if you can take anything away from that, fantastic. So let's begin. I've got 5 tips for having success on a whole foods plant-based diet. The most important thing that I did for me is I completely changed the way that I looked at dieting / weight loss. I ditched the whole diet thing, because when you're on a diet, to me and to everybody, it really means like, well, I'm going to be on this until I lose the weight, and then I'm going to do something else. And most people usually just go back to what they were doing before, which ends up having them gain all the weight back that they lost and undo all the good work that they did when they were on the diet. So I don't think of it as a diet. I think of it as I'm doing things for my body so that it will be healthier. But in return, getting healthier means that I'm going to be losing weight. So there's no diet in there other than these are the foods that I'm eating, but it's not temporary. It's for longer. It's for the rest of your life, hopefully, because you shouldn't ever stop doing what you're doing, because then you're just going to reverse all the progress that you made. So if you just think of it as I'm eating more whole foods because it's going to make me feel healthier, but don't think so much about the food is low calorie, it's going to satisfy me and fill me up, and I'm going to lose weight. That's just the added bonus of the whole situation. So just think of it as I'm doing this to become healthy. My second tip for success is eat foods that are going to fill you up and satisfy you. It's hard to get satisfied on a giant plate of lettuce with no dressing on it. It might fill you up, but is it going to satisfy you? No. A lot of mistakes that people make are centered around being hungry. You need to not skimp on the starches. So potatoes are very satiating. Rice is very satiating. Even pasta is very satisfying. I do about half of my plate in a starch, such as the 3 that I just mentioned, and then the rest of that is vegetables. Or if I'm going to have a snack, I'm going to have a fruit, but maybe I'll have just a little bit of peanut butter. Some people can't handle nuts and nut butter. They just can't control themselves around it. So it's better to avoid that in the beginning anyway, for a short amount of time. And then when you get to the, I'm lost all the weight that I need to lose, then you can concentrate on adding some of the other things back in. Tip number 3 is don't get too hungry. They call it hangry for a reason. I know from experience, when my mom gets hungry, she gets very unreasonable. Very unreasonable. So don't let yourself get to that point where you're so hungry that you just want to eat everything in the entire refrigerator. That's not going to do anybody any good. Which brings me to my next tip for success, is always have foods on hand that you can eat in a hurry. Have a bunch of rice made up, and it's so simple to just make a Buddha bowl for lunch with a little bit of rice, some salad, some tomatoes, some other veggies, a little bit of light vinaigrette dressing over the top. You can eat a giant bowl of that, and it's very satisfying because of the rice or potatoes that you put in there, and you really feel like you're eating a hearty meal. Or have a beautiful vegetable soup with potatoes in it. The potatoes really fill you up. And you can even throw some lentils in there. I would caution against using the brown lentils or the green lentils. The best ones to bulk up a soup and make it nice and creamy are the red lentils, because after you've cooked them for a while, they start to disintegrate. You're still getting all the benefits from the lentils, but you're also getting a thick, creamy soup, and that is very satisfying and will hold you for quite a while. Tip number 4, avoid processed foods, but life happens. You don't get enough time to cook dinner for everybody, or you're very hungry and you didn't have anything prepared. If you need to rely on processed foods, take the processed food and make it a small portion of your meal. Build the processed food into a salad or a big veggie plate, and then the processed food, while not ideal, it's not the end of the world. It's not terrible. So you're not totally blowing everything out like if you had just eaten a whole plate of the processed food. So healthy it up is what I'm trying to say. Which brings me to my last tip for success. If you F the whole thing up, don't worry. There's always tomorrow. What is that they say? Practice makes perfect. That's why they call a doctor's office a practice. Because honestly, doctors do F up stuff. That's why they have malpractice insurance. You keep practicing to make yourself healthy. Just like in yoga. They call it a yoga practice because you're practicing to be your best. So it's the same thing with your eating. You keep practicing till you get it right. I have a bonus tip, and that bonus tip is don't feel like you have to eat every healthy food in the world just because it's healthy. You'll get the most success if you just stick to the foods that you really love. So in terms of like veggies, say you don't like asparagus, well, you don't have to eat it. If you really don't like broccoli, there's a million other vegetables out there that are healthy and that you can eat. A lot of people get hung up on the whole brown rice, white rice situation. Everything that you eat is either building your body up or you're tearing it down a little bit with your choice. And then there's all the gray in between of, okay, so I'm making it a little bit more healthy or I'm making it a little bit worse off. Or maybe this, you know what I'm saying? There's that spectrum. So if you don't like brown rice, and I don't eat the brown rice. Have white rice if that's what you like. Or if you like the short grain, have the short grain. Nobody says that you have to eat red rice or brown rice. Yes, it is the healthiest choice, but eating white rice is healthier than eating a plate of deep fried French fries. So make the best choices for you. This is your journey. This is all about you. So make the best choices for you. That's why I hesitate to make the "this is what I ate today" videos, because I don't want people thinking, well, this is what you have to eat to lose weight. This is just suggestions. If you don't like, like a lot of people will get the suggestion, oh, I didn't know that I could just do a bowl of different things for like breakfast. Or I didn't know that I could eat pasta for breakfast. You can eat anything you want for any meal. There's no rules. Just as long as you eat whole food, plant-based. It's only going to benefit you. So I hope that these tips have helped you. My dog has a sniffing problem in the corner. I'm so sorry.
Zoe!
This video was such a disaster to make because my dog just was losing it the entire time. So if you hear a heavy breather in the background, no,
or
it's
little
not.
Cries.
Or little distress calls. It's just my dog wanting to play with me, and the mailman came in the middle of the video. So I'm sorry. But I do honestly hope these tips have helped. And just give yourself permission to be healthy. Just try and be a little bit healthier, and I guarantee you the rest will all fall into place. So till our next video, subscribe for more. If you like what you see, hit the like button. And until next time, much love.